Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Can we start, please? With Prabhupada's Arti. Please rise. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Moi Savadana Mate Bando Moi Savadana Mate Yahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatori Ajai Krishna Prapti Oya Hate Krishna Prapti Oya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Sitate Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Sitate Koriya Kya Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Ye prasade pure sarva asha Ye prasade pure sarva asha चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति आहा होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते प्रेम भक्ति आहा होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते विद्या ज्ञान यहर चरितो विद्या ज्ञान यहर चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु 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 लोकनाथ लोकराजीवायना लोकनाथ लोकराजीवायना हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पादा चाया हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पादा चाया ए बेजास कुसुक त्रिभुवायना ए बेजास कुसुक त्रिभुवायना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावायना जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा 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 श्रीला प्रभुपादा Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadishatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan. Nitya Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. Nitya Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramamsa Paravrajikacharya Ashtadara Shata Shishimat His Divine Loving Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramamsa Paravrajikacharya Ashtadara Shata Shishimat Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. ISKCON Vatmana Guru Vrinda ki jai. Ananta Koiti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shiva Shari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Gop Gopinath, Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki jai. The Lordship Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki jai. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Shri Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Ganga Mai ki jai. Shri Yamuna Mai ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Tulasi Devi ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Samavreda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Sunday Love Feast program. A very well welcome to those who are joining us online. And by a show of hands, is there anyone joining us for the first time here today? Just pick up your hand if you are. Anyone? Okay, let's give him a round of applause at the back then. So our guest speaker for today is His Grace Smita Krishna Prabhu. Let's give Prabhu a round of applause.
Thank you.
So Smita Krishna Das Prabhu is a devoted member of ISKCON for over 3 decades and has timelessly served in various capacities, including as a spiritual teacher, outreach coordinator, and course developer. His contributions to Bhaktivedanta College of Education and Culture has been invaluable as he continues to inspire and mentor students with his profound wisdom and insights. Outside of his spiritual pursuits, he is known as Dr. S. Ramson in the secular world and has been a respected lecturer in UKZN. He currently shares his knowledge and expertise as a lecturer at the Varsity College in the School of Education. His dedication to both spiritual and academic pursuits serves as a shining example to those who know him. I will hand over to now Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Jenny, for your wonderful introduction and very proficiently too. Welcome to everybody to this Sunday Love Feast program, and especially those who've come for the first time. So you'll find you're able to make a lot of friends here at the temple. Thank you so much, Rupa Vilas Prabhu. Hare Krishna. You'll be able to make a lot of friends here at the temple, and we encourage you to please do that. And ask questions, find out what's this all about. Today, you will get to know the position of the great personality behind this movement. Sorry, I'm just also doing my own phone check. Turning it down. Please do that as well. This is the 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada arriving in South Africa of 1975. And in 1985 this temple was opened, so this is also the 40th anniversary of the temple opening. So it's a double celebration this year. And let's try to understand how this movement has emanated, has begun. So I call this session or the presentation a prophecy fulfilled life and mission of Srila Prabhupada. So let's offer our obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. I put the verses up here because sometimes we are saying it and people still don't know. Those especially are new, you can try and follow here. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinam Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshataya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Again, Hare Krishna, third time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, that was so beautiful. So we can sing one verse out of a wonderful song. It's actually in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, chapter 31, text 9. But there are several verses before that. And it's referred to as the Gopi Geet in Bhagavatam, the Gopi's song of lamentation or separation from Krishna. And in there's a very, very important verse for what we have to discuss today. So we'll sing it now, and I'll revisit this verse later and the meaning of it. So it goes, and you can repeat just to get the pronunciation. Tava katamritam tapta jivanam kavibhir iditam kalmasapaham Shravana Mangalam Shrimad Atatam Bhuvi Grinanti ye bhurida jana. All right, so before we sing it, we'll say, because we are, it's a scriptural verse, so let us say the invocation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All right, so I'll try the melody and then you can also follow. Tava katam ritam tapta jivanam kabhi bhiridipam kalmashapaham Tava katam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham. Everyone. Tavakatamritam Shravanamangalam Srimadapatam Bhurigrinanti Te Bhuridajana Shravanamangalam Patam Shravanamangalam Srimadapatam Bhuridrinampi Bhuridajana. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Hari ki, Harinam Sankirtanti. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sutade Pranamami Haripu Vanchakalpadarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangam langayate giram Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. So I want you to close your eyes and try to imagine this. So please make sure the cell phones are off because it'll interfere with our exercise. So I want you to imagine that it is the worst winter that you know. And as we've been having in South Africa, snowfalls, the coldest winter. So try to visualize the tall buildings of New York, the New York skyline, the tall buildings. And so it's the coldest winter ever experienced in New York in January, February 1966. The cold, grey buildings, snow all over the streets, and the wind, icy wind blowing through the canyon walls of the tall buildings. And from the sky, you're zooming down to the street, and you see a lonely figure clad in saffron, the dress of a sannyasi in his traditional robes, walking stick, pointed shoes, and his chadar, which he's pulling around himself closer to protect himself from the cold wind. Can you see that personality? Now you can open your eyes. Who is that? Srila Prabhupada. On August 13th, 1965, he boarded the Jaladuta begging passage on the steamship and crossed the Atlantic to arrive in Boston Harbor on September 17th of the same year, 1965, without any visible means of support, carrying with him just a trunk of his first publications of Srimad Bhagavatam, his cloth that he wore, and $5 worth of rupees So like about 20 rupees. And some of his disciples say it was very less also. So Srila Prabhupada arrived, and then he went, stayed overnight in Boston, and then traveled to New York the next day to begin his mission of beginning and starting the distribution of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, as prophesied. So let us listen to this. Sound, please. There, it's muted.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. A hypnotic rhythmic chant of 16 words has replaced LSD. On 2nd Avenue and 1st Street is a storefront in which a Hindu Swami has set up shop.
Traditionally, Swamis, yogis, and masters all moved uptown to the rich. And here was Bhaktivedanta, like in the depths of Calcutta.
Swami Bhaktivedanta, he once said that he was the servant of the servant of the servant of God.
Everyone is thinking, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm European, I'm Australian. I'm not this body. I am spirit soul.
Teachings of Bhakti are meant to create a revolution within the heart. They're meant to change the way we see the world. The 60s, everything exploded.
The young people were not satisfied. They were looking for something more.
We wanted to find out what is the truth.
At the age of 70, Srila Prabhupada just left everything that was known to him.
He said, I want to go to America. I said, are you crazy? Old man, you are going to die.
He was fearless and he was bold. He did not give up his dream. He had this one spirit, one calling in his heart. And if someone told you the story, then you wouldn't believe it.
So I went to America alone.
All by himself, a trunk of books, 40 rupees.
It was impossible. But Srila Prabhupada had faith.
Prabhupada had a vision for the world from day one. He wanted to embrace the world.
This is an extract from that movie that premiered here in 2017, Yadu Bhar Prabhu's movie. I still have many, many DVDs left over. If anybody wants them, let me know. It's a gift to you, if you still have DVD players. 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna spoke to Ganga Devi. In fact, Ganga Devi expressed her concern to Krishna that originally when she was asked to come to this planet through the efforts of Emperor Bhagirath, she was very concerned that if she comes down to the earth planet, all the sinners will come and bathe in her waters, knowing her to be all auspicious, and they will leave the effects and results of their sinful activity in her waters, and thus she will become affected. So she spoke to Krishna, and this is recorded in Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So she spoke to Krishna. And Krishna said to her that, do not worry. 5,000 years will pass, and the great sages and the worshippers of my holy name will come. And we know particularly one. My mantra upashaka, my worshipper of my holy name will come. He will spread the chanting of the holy names throughout the world. And all the pure devotees of the Lord who've become devoted, they will come and bathe in your water. And they will relieve you of the sinful activities, sinful results that have been deposited in your water. This is how purifying and how impactful the pure devotees of the Lord are. So Ganga was reassured, and then she appeared. So we can see that there's a grand plan in place by Lord Krishna, even long ago. And I'd like to present more evidence about Srila Prabhupada's position. Once, Srimati Bhakti Devi, the personification of Bhakti is Bhakti Devi. She had become despondent. This is recorded in Bhagavat Mahatmya, the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. She had become very despondent. She had traveled the length and breadth of India only to find that people had become materialistic, and therefore their bhakti had diminished, their devotion, and therefore that impacted her. So she became very, very despondent, depressed. And her two children, Jnana and Vairagya, they became old and decrepit and also lethargic, without energy. They described as being old and tired. Jnana means knowledge. Vairagya means renunciation. So the Jai Shri Radha Radhanath, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. So the sages, those yogis and the jnanis, they strive for jnana, knowledge, and by that knowledge they want to become renounced. And this is jnana and vairagya. But Srila Prabhupada explains to us, the Srimad Bhagavatam explains to us that jnana and that vairagya are artificial, because it has no devotion. So as devotees of the Lord, we do not try to become detached. We try to become attached to Krishna. And when we become attached to Krishna through bhakti, through devotion, automatically jnana and vairagya will arise. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Ashu Varagyam Jnanachad Ahaitukam. By the worship of Vasudeva Bhagavati, the Supreme Lord. Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. If you make Bhakti Yoga the goal, Projitaha. Janayati Ashuvaragyam. Janayati will take birth. Janayati will take birth very quickly. Ashuvairagyam. Renunciation. Jnana Chayad Ahotakam. And causeless knowledge will also. So bhakti, because people were materialistic, the bhakti had diminished all over Bharat. And therefore she became also despondent. And her children, Jnana and Vairagya, had become old. So having traveled everywhere, she ended up in Vrindavan. And at the same time, Narad Muni, the great sage, he was traversing all over India. And he also saw this advent of Kali Yuga and how there's no real devotion anyway. In fact, sinful activity had increased, and Narad Muni was being very, very concerned. And then he came to Vrindavan, and there he sees this beautiful lady, Bhakti, surrounded by many other beautiful damsels, serving her, and he's watching from a distance. And when Bhakti Devi saw the great sage Narad Muni, she immediately rose and offered him respects and said, I have this dilemma, and would you please help me? That's a long story, but we'll give the essence. So Narad Muni listened to her, and he understood that bhakti, you have remained beautiful because you have come to Vrindavan, the land of bhakti. But here too, because few people have retained this bhakti, therefore there's no gyan and vairagya. People have also become materialistic in this land. And therefore they're not performing austerities. They're not understanding your position, understanding this devotional life, gyan. So Narad Muni immediately did not know the solution. So he said, I will return with the solution. So he traversed all over, asking different sages all over the land of Bharat, and none could answer him. Some kept quiet in embarrassment. Some could not give the right answer. Until Narad Muni came upon the 4 Kumaras. And the 4 Kumaras are Lord Brahma's Manasaputra, the children produced from the mind, who are eternally young, like 5-year-olds. They look, but they are old, and they are Naistika brahmacharis, celibate from birth, not even a thought of any lusty desire. So they retained their youth, these brahmacharis, and they are great sages. So they advised Narad Muni that the only cure is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni arranged on the bank of the Jamuna this Krishna Katha, and Sanatana, the leader of the 4 Kumaras, he spoke Bhagavatam. And while they were speaking, Bhakti Devi came to that arena with her 2 sons, Gyana and Vairagya. And while listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, she became more enlivened, and she entered the hearts of all the listeners. And Bhakti then arose. And Gyana and Vairagya, the 2 elderly, lethargic, almost dead, they were revived and became youthful again. And it is there that Bhakti Devi said, I shall leave the shores of India, of Bharat, and establish bhakti all over the world. And establish myself all over the world. That was a prediction, because Bhakti Devi herself could not go on her own. She had to be carried in the heart of her great devotee to other parts of the world. Hence, the scriptures are predicting Srila Prabhupada's mission. So we had Krishna said his mantra upashaka will come. Bhakti Devi said she will go across the ocean to all parts of the world. Idam sthanam paridyatya videsham gamyate maya. So that is where she is saying, I shall leave the shores of Bharat and go. But the word gamyate means to be carried. So she'll be carried in the heart of Srila Prabhupada. So similarly, we can see there are many, many evidences. This can be given as an entire seminar, which I did previously call our Vaishnav heritage. So I'm just giving a synopsis of some of these aspects. Srila Prabhupada appears in the disciplic succession. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in chapter 4, text 2. You know this verse? Evam parampara praptam imam rajasaya vidu sa kalena mata yoga nasta parantapa. The meaning, this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in the course of time, this succession was broken, or in some appears to be broken, right? And therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. So Krishna is establishing how this knowledge comes in parampara, and anyone outside of that is not bona fide. And Srila Prabhupada comes in the parampara. Therefore he is able to maintain the purity of Krishna's teachings, which has had its effect and impact. When the medicine is pure, it has its impact. When it's diluted or wrongly constituted, it has no impact. Therefore, of those 600 Bhagavad Gitas that are in the marketplace, hardly any one of them made a devotee until Srila Prabhupada translated his Bhagavad Gita with the message. And then thousands of people became devotees within a short space of time, having read that Bhagavad Gita, because the message and the prescription was pure. The potency of the message. When Krishna left this planet, a precise time is given. 3102 BCE, February 17th or 18th at midnight. Kali Yuga stepped in. Agent Kali stepped in. And when that happened, the advent of Kali Yuga began, and then the decline of this age started. After Krishna left, Yudhishthira installed his grandson Parikshit Maharaj on the throne. Soon after, around 36 years after Krishna left, then the Pandavas also started to leave this planet. Beautiful story of that, but no time. But Arjuna installed his great-grandson, Vajranabh, as the king of Mathura before they left. And it is that king, Vajranabh, who established the first deities of Krishna in Vrindavan. Having listened to his grandmother Uttara about Krishna, his descriptions of Krishna, so he created the deities and established the temples in Vrindavan, which are still there today. The three main deities, Sri Govinda, Gopinath and Madan Mohan, are attributed to Brajnab. So, when Kali Yuga began to decline, then it became very apparent. Well, there's the story of how that happened, and Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by the Brahmana boy because Parikshit Maharaj, out of character, he visited the ashram of Samika Rishi while he was touring his countryside to keep dharma intact. Came upon Samika Rishi's ashram. Samika Rishi was in meditation and he took no heed of the king because he didn't see him. King got offended, picked up a snake on the edge of his bow and put it around Samika Rishi's neck in response to the so-called offense. And then his son, Shringi, a powerful Brahmin boy who heard that his father was insulted, cursed the king to die within 7 days. Parikshit Maharaj, hearing that, went immediately to the banks of the Ganga, gave up his throne, and he sat down there amongst the thousands of sages who had gathered, knowing that a great event was about to take place. And Parikshit Maharaj began to ask the questions to them. What should I do? Especially a man who is about to die, what should be his duty? And the sages could not answer. They gave different answers until a young boy entered the arena, totally naked, no bodily consciousness at all. And all the sages recognized this to be the great Sukadev, and they all stood up, and even Parikshit Maharaj stood up, welcomed him, offered him the seat of honor, the asan. And Sukadev began to speak and respond to the king's questions, all of which formed the Srimad Bhagavatam, the conversation between Sukadev and Parikshit Maharaj. So, going forward, after Parikshit Maharaj left the planet, in that arena was another great sage known as Suta Goswami. He imbibed the entire Bhagavatam, word for word, syllable for syllable. This is how potent the sages were. And he was wandering around, as sages do, and he came upon the forest Naimisharanya. And in Naimisharanya, 80,000 sages had gathered, seeing that the Kali Yuga was getting stronger and stronger. They decided to perform a yagya, a havan, for the auspiciousness of the age, to counteract the effects of the age. But it is said in Bhagavatam, the only result they got from that yagya was blackened faces from the soot. Because that's not the process for this age. Entering into that arena then was Suta Goswami. As soon as the leader of those 80,000 sages, Shonak Muni, saw, he offered him the Vyasasan. And Suta Goswami began to speak the lessons he heard from Sukadev. And Vyasadev also was seated there. And that's after that Vyasadev puts this into writing. So this Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken. But then, the prediction was also that this Bhagavatam will be taken all over the world. The holy name will be taken all over the world. But who was it to do that? Who was it to come to do that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, but who was the person that was going to come? So after Krishna left the planet, his teachings had become lost, and after Vrajnab had left, there was a decline. The Brahmanas became corrupt, and they were using their positions to exploit the people. So Krishna had a plan to re-establish Dharma. So he began to send the great sages one after the other. Gautama Buddha appeared. He established some of the teachings like Ahimsa. People were using the Bhagavad, the Vedic scriptures. The sages were using, or the Brahmins were using the temples to slaughter animals. And then Krishna had to re-establish the principle of non-injury. So he sent Buddha, Shakti-Avesh Avatar. After Buddha came, then Shankaracharya appeared. And Shankaracharya, he established further principles of the Vedas. Each one of these is a big story, but we have like maybe 7 minutes. After he established and brought people closer to the teachings of the Vedas, Shankaracharya actually taught all is one, which is still very impactful, and many people are still impacted by that in the land of Bharat. And we hear Adi Shankaracharya's teachings where people still tell us today, all is one, God is an illusion. This is known as Mayavad. He is the founder of the Mayavad philosophy. But there's a reason for that. Ramanujacharya Prabhu appeared, and he then defeated all the Mayavadis. That was the process. They would have debates. Great Sangha would take place. People would come. Speaker would debate. Speakers would debate. Whoever won the debate, all the other people became the winner's followers. Ramanujacharya defeated Shankaracharya's teachings. He established. So Shankaracharya had this non-dualism, Mayavad. And Ramanuja, he defeated that. He said, yes, we are one, but we're qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. God is separate, the Jiva is separate. So he established that principle first. Following him came Madhvacharya. he gave further impetus to the Gaudiya Vaishnava teachings. And he was the first one to teach about the intimate aspects of the love between Radha and Krishna. But the world was not ready for it then too. And had to follow with Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri is credited in our line as being the sage, the great saint, who taught the emotions in the relationship between Radha and Krishna. His disciple was Ishvara Puri. And from Ishvara Puri, Lord Chaitanya took initiation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also predicted the appearance and mission of Srila Prabhupada. He is recorded in Chaitanya Mangala. Lochan Das Thakur, one of the contemporaries, he recorded in Chaitanya Mangala, Priti Vityacha Yata Nagaradi Gram Sarvata Pachara Hoibe Morenam. Every town and village on this planet, my holy name will be heard. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that. But then at that time, it was the 1480s, it wasn't even, the Industrial Revolution has just begun. No planes, shipping, discovery, voyages of discovery just took place. So how? It sounded like a poetic statement. How will this go all over the world? So as devastating as it may seem that the Industrial Revolution had begun, but everything is Krishna's energy. The external energy is also Krishna's energy. So there's a grand plan that these modern vehicles will arrive so that they will enable Srila Prabhupada to cross the ocean in a ship and then fly around the world 12 times incessantly in the planes, which when asked, you are renunciant, why are you using these planes? Prabhupada said, we are actually making your planes useful. Right? It is by that use we are using it, and therefore it is now engaged in Srila Prabhupada's, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So, in this way, he predicted. And it is said the further west you go, the more and more sinful it is. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also recorded to have said by his biographer Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Yadi chadi papi dharma dhur yashya mora senapati bhakta hoibe tataya. These yadi chadi papi, these sinful people, even if they flee to the west, mora senapati bhakta, my commander-in-chief of my armies, my Sankirtan armies, will come and he will pursue them, he will follow them, and he will deliver them. So we are maybe I speak for myself, I am in that western category. Chadi, papi, the sinful person. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who then appeared later, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, then again the teachings fell into oblivion and were being misrepresented by the Apa Sampradayas. They took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching and misrepresented it, and these intimate emotions of loving Radha and Krishna, they misrepresented it physically. They were having affairs and so on, and saying this is all Radha Krishna Bhav. That's how. And the educated, civilized people of India didn't want to have anything to do with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. It had fallen into disrepute. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who's a gopi in the spiritual world, Kamala Manjari, he came. He re-established by looking for the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He found one handwritten copy and he started to produce that en masse. And he established Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings again. He predicted in 1881 Very soon a great personality will appear, will spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. 1881, Prabhupada hadn't come. When did Prabhupada appear? 1896. So he established that. When Prabhupada appeared, the astrologer who was consulted by Gaur Mohan Dey told his father and mother, your son will be a great saint. He will travel the world, circle the world many times, opening 108 temples. Minimum. Now we have over 600-700. So, the prediction, the astrologer predicted this. Now we are seeing Srila Prabhupada's position. When he accepted his initiation from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Prabhupada was still a householder. And the sannyasis and brahmacharis who were living in the ashram, they wanted Prabhupada to join the ashram. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, leave him be. He will do great things in the future. I have marked him. Because I have seen his qualities. I know. And that then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told Prabhupada instructions, distribute books, create the GBC, a body, a governing body to run the movement. And Srila Prabhupada took that heart and soul, and he then traversed all over the world fulfilling the prophecies that were given, the predictions about Srila Prabhupada. And thus we revert to the song I sang in the beginning, and we'll conclude with this because there's some announcements to be made. By looking at the translation, the translation of this verse, the nectar of your words and the so the gopis are singing this. In their absence, Krishna left them from the rasa dance. They were becoming proud, that not like materialistic proud, they're proud, oh, Krishna is dancing with me only. So Krishna, detecting the pride of the gopis, he left. And then they became heartbroken. Where is Krishna? So that was to increase their separation. But now they are singing. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world. When? And are filled with spiritual power. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. Jebhuridha jana. That is the word. Jebhuridha jana. They are the most munificent personalities. And who? Those who spread the message of Godhead and broadcast it all over the world. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5,000 years ago. Prediction of Srila Prabhupada in the text. Srila Prabhupada is Jebhuridha jana. Srila Prabhupada ke. Everybody say, Jebhuridha jana. Loudly, Jebhuridha jana. One more time, Jebhuridha jana. Srila Prabhupada, the most munificent. He is the founder Acharya of ISKCON, the preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON, for the next 10,000 years. Nobody can eclipse his position or usurp his position. What he has done and what people are trying to do now, traversing the world and pretending to be the people spreading spiritual knowledge, sorry, it's been done by Bhuridha Jana. So This is the position of Srila Prabhupada. So now when we are praying to Srila Prabhupada, understand his position. Pray to him to bless you, that we can get even one iota of devotion. And in this 50th year, we are meditate on how fortunate he is that he set his lotus feet upon the soil of South Africa. So this land is also blessed by Srila Prabhupada. His temples are the portals to the spiritual world. And when we come to this, we are not in just some building. We are in the internal energy of Krishna. And therefore we should always be mindful of that. Be grateful for that. As well as be cautious about how we conduct ourselves within this material, this internal energy. Because spiritual life is like a blade's edge. One small offense, you can lose the jugular of your connection to Krishna. All right, so thank you so much for that. We'll take one question. Thank you very much. Take one question and then we've got to put a slideshow on here with some announcements. Anybody has got a question, perhaps, a comment that you'd like to make? Thank you so much, Maji, for your kind, encouraging words. By the mercy of the Vaishnavas, Gurus, and Srila Prabhupada, we can do something. But we rely on devotees to arrange these things, and if they do, we'll come and do them. So, if anybody needs... Yes? Yes. Was the great-grandson. Great-grandson, yeah. So he was established in Mathura. Yeah, so Mataji is asking about the 10,000 years. So even within Kali Yuga, there is a golden age. And that golden age is this 10,000 years. So, Kale dosha nija rajan eko asti mahadguna kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangam param vrajet. Although this is the most devastating of ages, my dear Rajan, Sukadev is telling the king, my dear Rajan, there is one redeeming factor, and that is kirtanad eva krishnasya, Krishna kirtan, for 10,000 years, Krishna kirtan. After that, the Kali Yuga will be swallowed by Kali Yuga. There will be devotees, but they unfortunately will be persecuted. And they will flee to the Himalayas and places like that. In pockets they will exist. 12th canto, the predictions are given. It will be so devastating that people will be cannibals. When babies are born, they'll be waiting. So, Kirtan Eva Krishna, that's our... So 10,000 years, you may think, I got 10,000 years, let me work it out, and so on. Rather chant Hare Krishna now, go back as quickly as possible to Krishna, and don't be here. So I want to hand over to Shangi Radhe, who's got a very important announcement following this class as well. I think it's... You have a few... Jenny, okay, Jenny will do an announcement, then Shangi Radhe, and then... Ujjala Prabhu, part of the festival committee, has to speak as well, and I'll put his slides on. So go for it, Jenny. Thank you.
Thank you, Smita Krishna Prabhu. Let's give him a round of applause. So devotees, I just have two announcements. A call for actors in honor of the 40th and 50th anniversary. Bhakti Theatre presents an offering featuring a drama. The drama is Make Me Dance, written by Rukmini and Gaurabhumi Devidasi. And this will take place at the Playhouse. So if you would like to participate, please do contact Rukmini Devidasi for more information. The Vyasa Puja of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada will take place on the 17th of August. Written offerings for the Pan-African Vyasa Puja book can be submitted anytime from today, and the closing date will be the 1st of June. I will now hand over to Krishnangi Radhe Devidas.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Smita Krishna Prabhu, for that enlightening class, inspiring class. And I think, you spoke about predictions and, how life can change in terms of the predictions, and especially how Kali Yuga is going to progress. So as I was listening to that, I was feeling very grateful, because we have this perfect opportunity, as Smita Krishna Prabhu has said, to perfect our lives, or to try to, as soon as possible. And just being here in the temple room and appreciating the Sangha, appreciating the association, appreciating the classes, and all the festivals that are coming up is so wonderful for our consciousness. And that's one of the ways we can actually advance in Krishna consciousness during this lifetime. So thank you for being here on a Sunday and spending your time listening to discourses. We're going to observe Aarti in a few minutes. But the festival committee has very important information to share with you regarding the festivals that are coming up. And as you know, you've heard by now that Sri Sri Radha Radhanath celebrates 40 years this year. And Srila Prabhupada's anniversary to South Africa is 50 years. As a big celebration, it's 50 years ago that our founder Acharya has come to South Africa. So one of the things is, it's a humble appeal as a part of our gratitude, appreciation to our founder Acharya of ISKCON, to write offerings to Srila Prabhupada. If you don't know, or if you feel intimidated about ways to do that, I will speak to our temple to share some information we shared last week at our love feast. Very simple ways in terms of how steps to write the offering. We've also made it very easy for you if you do not have access to email or uploading and so on. Please write your offering and drop it off at the temple reception by Wednesday, Thursday latest, and we will upload those offerings, type it out and upload it for you, just to allow you the opportunity to write to Srila Prabhupada. Their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai, Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. So that's one of the ways. It's a Pan-African Vyasa Puja book. So your name and your offering will be featured in that online edition that will be released on Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, which is Sunday, the 17th of August. Talking about dates, well, Ujjwala Prabhu will share much with us in just a minute about the many plans that are underway to celebrate Srila Prabhupada's 50th anniversary in Durban specifically. I will also like to share with you some background about what's happening nationally for Srila Prabhupada. 2 weekends ago, was it last week? It was last week Sunday, Cape Town, our center in Rondebosch, they had a cooking class. And I've seen pictures and some videos, devotees got together and they cooked lovely prasadam, offered it to Srila Prabhupada, and now that's inspired them to get devotees to submit recipes that they've come up with. And they're going to compile a recipe book of 50 recipes from the devotees of Cape Town and offer it to Srila Prabhupada on his Vyasa Puja, and then everybody's going to get access to it. So that was a really cool, innovative idea. This coming Saturday, on the 31st of May, Cape Town again, they are going on a japa. Actually, Srila Prabhupada used to go on japa walks, we know that. So about 500 meters from the center in Cape Town, there's a beautiful park. And what the devotees have decided to do is at that 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, devotees are going to gather at the park, and they're all going to put on their earpods, a verse and a class of Srila Prabhupada has been selected, and all those devotees are going to listen to that class and walk around the park. I think it's about a 2K walk, and in 45 minutes they'll come back and they'll enjoy prasadam together. So that's also an enactment of Srila Prabhupada's morning walks, and all together listening to the same class. How wonderful is that? So many things are happening nationally, and I'm excited to share that Durban has many special events, and the team is here to share that with you, also to request your involvement, because it's not just getting involved, it's just creating that mood of thought, of surrender, of how best can I please our founder Acharya. Also, the day before Vyasa Puja is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. We know that. This year it's on a Saturday. It is on the 16th of August. So Saturday, it's a full-on weekend festival. 16th of August being Sri Krishna Janmashtami, 17th Sunday being Vyasa Puja, and many plans, but also we need support, we need participation, we need your commitment to make this a glorious weekend. 9th of August, as you know, is Women's Day, and Vaishnava Priya Devi, she's heading up some plans. If you feel inspired to join the team of the Women's Forum or the Vaishnavi Forum here at the Radha Radhanath Temple, please do come forward and share your name so we can also grow and expand. So much going on, dear devotees, but an urgent appeal is your offerings to Srila Prabhupada. Deadline is on the 1st of June. Go to prabhupada.co.za and you are able to upload your appreciation, your gratitude to our founder Acharya. I'm now going to hand over to Ujjvala Das, who will take us through a presentation of the plans that are coming up for the 40th and 50th celebrations respectively. And then His Grace Smara Haridas, who is Devotee Care Minister for South Africa, will share with us the importance of devotee care and some important aspects around that as well. Ujjvala Das, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, let me just run through this. Basically, I'm just going to give you an overview of where we're at currently and where we need to be. So, understanding that this entire presentation is based on celebrating Srila Prabhupada's 50 years in South Africa. We thank Srimati Krishna Prabhu for a wonderful presentation that he did. Please give him another round of applause. And we thank Krishange Radhe for trying to promote and trying to get devotees to submit Vyasa Puja offerings. Please, dear devotees, please try and get those Vyasa Puja offerings going. If you all need any assistance, please contact one of us and we'll be glad to assist you. So, let me go for it quickly. So understanding where we're at, we did a presentation, we launched Srila Prabhupada's 50 years, and now we're just telling you exactly where we're at from the time we launched the 50 years presentation for Srila Prabhupada. So, let's talk about the book distribution. We wanted to distribute 50,000 books, which includes Srila Prabhupada's marathon, because we're looking at a year-to-year basis from October last year on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance to this year. And currently, from January to now, we've distributed 5,153 books, together with Sri Sri Radha Radhanath monthly Sankirtan team and the devotees all together, and including the 31,000 books that we distributed in the December marathon. We are on a target of 1,000. We're on 36,000 books at present, and we only have 14,000 books left to do. So please contribute to that. Those devotees who have contributed already, we thank them very much for helping distribute those books. Please give them a round of applause. The daily reading pledge, we're continually doing this. We're just working on the Google Calendar currently. And those of you who want to engage with us, please contact any one of us, and we will put out the pledge forms to you so that you have an understanding of how to do your daily pledges. The Srila Prabhupada's mobile library is up and running. It was completed last week, and His Grace Govindiji Prabhu and team are looking for devotees to give us areas in which we can place the mobile library in order for us to start facilitating this process. So please, again, connect with us wherever you see us. Myself, Smarhari, Balaram Prabhu, Rupa Vilas, Krishange, Moli Mataji, Vaishnav Priya, and Sampati Prabhu. Any one of us, tell us where you want to do this, and we will help you get there. As you know, our Sri Sri Radharanath anniversary celebration, we're looking at the weekends of the 5th, the 11th, and the 12th of October, which is around the corner. So anyone, again, please connect with us, and we will guide you accordingly. The 50 structured programs, which includes Janmashtami, includes Ram Navami, Ratha Yatra, Gurpurnima, Nityananda's appearance there, etc. Currently, we've already done this, and we're looking to complete the 50 well-structured programs. We are going to send out links on our social media platforms that will have a Google Calendar. It will only be for you to view and not edit or utilize. We will utilize it by the departments. We're putting dates so you have an understanding of what's happening and be able to track all the programs, all the festivals that we're having. Prasadam distribution. Currently, up until March, the Food for Life team has distributed 390,000 plates of prasadam. Please give them a wonderful round of applause. As you can see, our target is 500,000 plates, which means we only got 110,000 plates to achieve. We really thank the Food for Life team for going the extra mile in supporting Srila Prabhupada's 50th celebration. 50 Harinam Sankirtan events. We thank Veera Bhadra Prabhu for always engaging devotees in Harinam Sankirtan. Currently, we are on 25 Harinams. We've done Harinams from Richards Bay right down to Port Shepstone and in the Durban areas. And if anyone wants us to do an Harinam in your area, please connect with us so that we can reach our target of 50. We've got 25 more to go. The Maha Temple cleanups. Currently, we've done one. We've got 4 more to go. Together with Balaram, Rupa Vilas, and Deva Prabhu and his temple management team, we will put it out on social media when we're going to continue to do it. We've got 4 more left. So please engage with us. The first one was a great success. And only by your support and devotional service can these tasks be achieved. So we thank you all who have contributed to the Maha cleanup that we've had already. Sunday program. During festivals, we do not show a video, but as you know, if you are coming to the Love Feast on the Sunday morning prior to class, we do show a video of Srila Prabhupada. So we are ongoing with this project, and it's on a weekly basis on Sunday Love Feast. The weekly quotes. Initially, we wanted to do one per week, but together with the South African National Council, we have now done one every day. I'm sure if you are on our social media platforms, the ISKCON Durban community, the WhatsApp channel, you'll be seeing these quotes coming out to you via different platforms, including groups that we are connected with. We are sharing daily quotes for Srila Prabhupada. We now hand over to Smita to Smita Hari Prabhu to discuss the devotee care principles and how we're going to focus with Srila Prabhupada's 50th anniversary. Thank you very much for your patience and time. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. So, what you have seen in the slides prior to this is a lot of feedback that Ujjwala and the rest of the festival team have been busy with. I think they deserve another round of applause for the outstanding work that they've been doing. So including yourselves as well. So thank you for the support that we've been achieving and achieving those statistics. So thank you for that. So the Festivals Committee has requested that Devotee Care South Africa get involved with the Festivals Committee in helping to achieve more of what we want to achieve. And one of the things that we find is devotee relationships. So that's where I come in from a devotee care perspective. And I'm not going to go into the details of devotee care, what we do and all of that. But I think relationships is critical. You know, establishing and maintaining relationships is critical to achieve all the things that we want to achieve. And I'll give you some good examples. Well, let's just read, right? There are 7 founding principles that ISKCON is built on. And I've just got one of them. To bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler, more natural way. And the key thing there is to bring the members closer together. That's the idea. There is another founding principle that states something similar to that. To establish holy places of worship, to bring the members of society closer together. Right? So there are 2 of the 7 founding principles that speak of bringing members of society closer together. And that's what we hear about today, right? Establishing and maintaining good relationships. It has a huge role to play in bringing society together and achieving all that we want to achieve. Now here's the thing. How many of you know the person that's sitting next to you? Either on the right, on the left, or behind you? Right? I see only one hand. And that's a problem. So we need to address that. We are one big family in ISKCON. We need to get to know everybody. We need to get to know each other. So as a start, what I'd like to do, right, maybe just a little bit of a skit here. Look to the person to your left or right, or maybe let's just start to the left, and say, Hare Krishna, my name is so-and-so, I am here to serve you. At least we get to know the people who are around us. Can we do that for the next minute at least? Wonderful, wonderful. And then on the other side, on the right-hand side, Hare Krishna, my name is so-and-so, it's great to meet you, I am from so-and-so. At least we know the names of these devotees now, as opposed to previously when we walked past devotees, Haribol, Prabhu, and we go along. We don't even know the names of devotees. So this is a problem. We seem to have a disconnect in our society, and we want to address. I see the excitement. Everybody wants to get to know everybody. This is good. This is what we want. We want this family to know each other very well enough so that we can move forward. Okay? So, Srila Prabhupada always stressed, your love for me will be shown as to how you cooperate. And we need to cooperate amongst devotees. So all the slides that you've been seeing, all right, by the way, the slides that Ujjwala had presented, I think we presented the same thing in January sometime. So this is a huge feedback session, and there's a lot of things that the the Festivals Committee would like to achieve. And this is the whole point. Srila Prabhupada said, your love for me will be shown as to how you cooperate. And that cooperation is critical to achieve all of those things. Okay? Now, in honoring our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada, we'll talk about the 6 loving exchanges because that helps. That helps with these relationships. Nectar Instruction Text 4. I'm obviously not going to get into the detail. That requires another class on its own. And we hope to do that soon. All right? Loving exchanges between all devotees is not where it should be. It impacts every activity in the lives of devotees. Continuous and robust awareness programs of the 6 loving exchanges will certainly improve relationships, so there must be some focus on it, and this is what we are saying. We propose loving exchanges, obviously in line with Nectar of Instruction. We're proposing that themes be held at the temples, where each temple introduce and implement one living exchange every 2 months. So we want to be a lot of focus on it and just some ideas on it. We're also proposing that we have regular or daily communications on the chosen theme at the temples, on social media platforms, etc. And we want to allocate at least 5 minutes during each Sunday Love Feast, typically what we're doing here today, to speak about, whichever loving exchange relationship, whichever theme that we have chosen. We're also thinking of erecting posters or banners depicting the theme at the temples in any way, and the whole idea is to develop this whole marketing strategy to put devotee care, sorry, I always say devotee care because devotee care. So we want to push that agenda about relationships forward, okay? More ideas, engagement with leaders. Now you see I've got the offended devotees. Sometimes devotees, Sometimes devotees, we have issues on the ground, whether someone jumped the queue or didn't get 2 plates at the prasadam queue, things happen. So we want to bridge those gaps, we want to address those issues. We want to get leaders involved and get closer to the ground, where things really, really matter. And then remove that disconnect from society. We feel that there is a disconnect between the leadership and devotees on the ground. So we want to re-offer wide-scale training on devotee etiquette to the congregation, and we're saying, let's get back to the basics, right? There was one thought to host socials, have team building, personal engagements, to get to know every devotee better, so that we all get to know each other better, right? So when we meet, ask questions like, who are you? What's your background? How and when did you come to ISKCON? What inspires you? How is your sadhana? How can I better serve you? And obviously the theme of Das, Das, Anudas, okay? So if you want to connect to Devotee Care South Africa and want to get more involved in this project, please maybe take a picture of this slide, connect with us. There's my contact number, my email address. There's a 24/7 WhatsApp care line number. Please connect with that line. I have a dedicated devotee that takes care of all that 24/7. He takes those calls. Whatever your issues are, we will address it, or we'll try our best, okay? So maybe take a picture of that, and we will try our best to serve you from a Devotee Care South Africa perspective. I'd like to now call upon Molly, who will very quickly present the next
I think
aspect.
it's Aarti time now, everyone's here for Aarti, so we have to do that. Following the Devotee Care, can you make that announcement, because Devotee Care is doing that.
Just as well. So today, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, it's a message from Gauri, Vikesh, Sudesh, etc. All right? But
Let me do it. Today's Samshas Prasadam is being prepared by Devotee Care team. This is Yamanangi Madaji and her team. The team would like to thank these sponsors. Prism from SciTech Solar for his kind sponsorship. Thank you. And the following devotees: Gauri, Vikesh, Sudesh, Shirina, and all of this on behalf of their dad, Brijlal Rambaran, who passed away on 19th May. So I think we can defer some of these announcements because we want to take part in the Aarti. And perhaps I think temple management should give Smarhari Prabhu a chance to do a full class on devotee relationships and discuss all of those principles of nectar of instruction in a class. And I think we'll all be there for that. So please, Alanath Prabhu, you can try to organize that, all right? It's already 10:02, so let's all rise for the Aarti.
Stand, sir. Well, yeah. Keshav, I need to start playing now. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadishatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtottara Sata. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtottara Sata. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Kadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki. Yamuna Maya ki, Ganga Maya ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulasi Devi ki, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadeva Bhagwan ki. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Donishringo Paradonishringo Yato Toya Toya Vida Dori Shingo Shingo Vida Diri Shingo Nore Shingo Vare Sarala Papare Kavigada Kavilavare Langa Padhuta Shinga Danida Iranya Gakibu Dano Binga Savarina Narahari Rupa Vijagari Shahare Jagrisha Hare Jagrisha Hare Keshavadrina Narahani Rupa Jagarisha Hare Jagarisha Hare Jagarisha Hare Jaya Narsingare, 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 Jaya Narsingare. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, His Divine Grace Sri Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Go Premanande, Haribo, Haribo.